That's wrong.
What?
Are we live?
Yeah.
We're live.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, we are live because Mikey just got a YouTube notification that we're live.
Apparently.
So we're live. So let's start, shall we?
Hi.
Welcome to Australian Transformers Weekly. I am sitting in a room next to Mikey for once.
It's weird.
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird. He smells a bit. We are your weekly source for Transformers news in Australia. This is episode 153. We're recording live from the beaches of Thirroul as Mikey and I are attending Comic Gong in Wollongong tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. And it is May the 18th, 2018. In this episode, we will be talking a lot about being live in the same place.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Feels unnatural.
It's a bit,
I need to go have a shower.
It's weird. But look, if it doesn't go well, I'm actually going to send Mikey to the other room and get him to set up his laptop.
Like he owns the place.
Yeah. We'll be checking out the next step in Unique Toys Movie Bots, which is kind of a little bit exciting. There's a third-party Bumblebee on its way, but you will squint to see it. All that and more coming up after this.
We are live. Isn't there usually a little live button?
I don't know.
I can see it on the screen.
Brad can see it. So,
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Are we done? We're done. We're
Yep.
done with the intro? The credits are done? Did the credits play? You know, I actually don't know. Do the credits play when I say that, like, all
No,
this is
you just
coming up
make
after
a fool of yourself and we all just go
Fair
on
enough.
with it.
Fair enough. Roll with
In
it.
the podcast version, yes, it does.
The podcast version? What the hell is this version? I don't know.
Uh,
All right. Welcome to Australian Transformers Weekly. I am Jason. Joining me this week, we have Mikey, who's right here.
Hi, in the flesh. Well, not for you, but for him. That sounds weird.
That is
Off to a flying start.
yes, it's gone well early. Mikey and I can't actually like make fun of his location this week.
Yes.
Actually, I don't usually make fun of your
No,
location.
because
It's
we're in
usually
the same
Brad's.
location.
We're in the same location. We are in the foothills of Thirroul, which I have never been to before. This is a brand new experience for me. I've not been
never
to
heard
Thirroul.
of.
I've not been to Wollongong.
I've never heard of where you're from, Max. So there you go. What's an Adelaide? What's an
yeah.
Adelaide?
Find out in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
I've never been to Thirroul. I've never been to Wollongong. We have to drive through a place called Fairy Meadow tomorrow to get to Wollongong.
And it's fabulous.
It's wonderful.
I love Australian town names. You know, there's a town in Tasmania called Snug. I love it.
Have you ever been there? Like, it fits really well.
Yeah,
I
there's,
may have
there's
drove through there.
yeah, there's a pancake restaurant in a steam train. It absolutely fits the name.
Yeah, no, it can fit anything. You can fit anything in a Snug.
Shit.
Yes. Joining us from somewhere called Adelaide.
Is it in New Zealand?
It might.
That's New Zealand.
Is there a silent Q?
Yeah.
Max, how are you doing?
Hey, bro.
I'm okay, thank you. It is joke never gets old. Insult Adelaide.
Brad, it's okay. Brad didn't bring up the Tesla battery yet. It's okay.
Yet.
I don't think we have that anymore.
Yeah, I heard it's going. They apparently got sick of charging it, so they've disconnected it. But yeah. And coming to us from his undisclosed location in Barnawatha, Victoria.
Speaking of weird names, Barnawatha.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't match the new sequel to the Guardians, The Legend of Geful and Fool, or wherever you're from.
What is this?
Yeah, okay. Max, I believe the F is silent in Adelaide, but yes, back. Hello, possums.
Very poor Dame Edna.
Are you going to Fairy Meadow too, Brad?
I don't know. Oh no, I'm sore. I'm in my second week of labouring duties at work and manhandling 100-kilo pig carcasses around. I now know what a rugby player feels like.
Exactly. That's
Monday
a terrible
night.
thing to say about Israel Folau.
Doesn't he play soccer?
Oh.
I don't know if he plays anything after the comments he's been making in the
Yeah.
media, so whatever.
Okay. Well, it can't be worse than the royal wedding, but we're not going to go into that.
Oh, let's go into it. Let's
No.
spend 17 hours on a bloody.
I think we should spend at least the next 18 hours talking about Meghan's earrings.
Yeah, Meghan, and how her
Yeah.
dad had a heart attack.
Yeah, her father had a heart attack and can't make it to like the biggest wedding on the planet.
Yeah, ever.
Mm.
Or
Yeah,
the fact that
Didn't,
Sunrise
like-
need to be over there for the whole week reporting on upcoming events the whole day, the whole week.
Oh, Yeah, actually, so
I've yet
so-
to meet anyone who actually cares.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny actually watching. It must have been Sunrise, not today. I
It's today over there as well.
full disclosure, I do not watch Sunrise. It is on the television where I have my breakfast at
Yep,
the
same
cafe,
here.
right?
Same here.
I don't willingly choose to watch it, but I thought it was
Burn.
hilarious that when I had my breakfast at 8 a.m., all of the hosts of Sunrise are sitting in the dark in London.
Because it's 8 p.m.
It's like a late night in London
Yeah.
to host
Yeah.
morning television in Australia. Well done.
Yep.
It'll be like that.
Should be
if we go
called
over-
Sunset.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that would imply
Wow.
something.
Very
Um,
lovely.
If we go over to TF Nation, we might have to do the same thing.
Mm.
We can host the show in the dead of night.
Yeah. 6 o'clock.
We'll see how we go. Mike and I are talking about going to TF Nation. I want to go. We'll see
Oh, wow.
whether or not we can drag him over.
I
for
think
his,
I might actually be able to go.
might
so-
drag Mikey over to TF Nation for his 21st birthday.
Yes, it's around my
Yes.
birthday, so what better present?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be an experience.
Yeah. Look at suburban Thirroul where motorbikes can just. go
Oh,
on
don't
past
get me
in the
started.
background.
Motorbikes here, you'll hear them like they just come in because there's a motorbike. There's a pub. There's a bikies pub just down the road.
Really?
That's where all the bikies come to that pub that we went past today.
Did you bring an
And-
RC?
Well,
We might head out to the pub afterwards.
Yeah.
not to racially stereotype, but it sounded like her driving past just then.
Ooh, burn.
Roast burn.
God.
All right, should we get started? We can talk about some Transformers.
Yeah,
Not
Transformers.
not some random Thirroulian motorbikes.
Thrills the best. Oh, hello.
Oh.
The Owls Gov Gahul.
It's the podcast with kaleidoscope eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You have to close that thing at the bottom.
Okay, yeah. Yep. I'll just click that right now.
There we go.
Oh, excellent.
Okay, Bot Shots Weekly is the weekly contest in the Transformers Collectors Club Australia Facebook discussion group. We encourage you to get your photos out. We encourage you to get your robots out from behind their glass cabin doors, whatever you
Bookshelves.
yeah, whatever you house your collection in.
IKEA cabinets.
Yes, a lot of us have those. Get them out, take them out into the real world, and maybe let them get to know your pets, as Luke done. I gotta say, Luke's rat looks super impressed at having to share the wheel with. Is that Rat Trap?
It is.
Yeah.
With Rat Trap. Super impressed.
His rat has to be named Rat Trap as well. Honestly, it
No,
couldn't
no.
be anything else.
Why?
Oh, there's two of them. Oh my god! I just realized there's two of
Yeah,
them.
I'd never noticed the brown one.
It just blends in the back. Look there.
Oh my god!
Yeah, everyone
fair
just noticed there's a little brown one.
enough. The brown one is just like, what the fuck is this?
Why is there a
get this
gun?
off my wheel?
Why is there a gun pointing
Yeah.
near me?
Yeah, this is the Generations Rat Trap that come out with the Thrilling 30 line, or the Generations line anyway. But yeah, that white one's, I can see it as like, what the hell is happening? What are you doing to me?
I thought it was another Transformer toy under it. I didn't know it was a real rat.
No, that is a real smelly rat.
Two.
So this is the third week of the competition for May, Brad.
Yes, it is. We've got the Wei Zhang oversized battle damage squeaks, which would be
Squeaks.
Voyager size.
The character that nobody cares about from the last night. but
Zero people.
It's all good.
It's a
It's all
good
good.
looking.
No one's gonna look at a free figure in the mouth, right?
Exactly.
Let's move on and talk about some news, shall we? I believe so. I'm not controlling the
Doesn't work.
screen this week, so
Didn't work.
it's sort of like I'm calling out instructions to someone.
Oh, there we go.
Each
I was
slide.
like, control tab's not working.
Oh dear.
So this week we got to see some well, so we've seen renders of these figures before this week. We've got to see real actual photographs of the figures from Transformers Cyberverse. We've got the Ultimate Class Optimus Prime and Megatron. Some press images, some stock images. Now, I thought the Ultimate Class was going to be bigger than this.
I think they just sort of screwed up the size names a bit. Like they had Scout classes which don't transform, and
Yeah, like, but like
stuff.
this is not very Ultimate.
Yeah,
no, it's not.
because
It's,
you don't expect an ultimate figure to have, pieces of plastic in front of their hands.
so does this
Yeah.
In all
say how big they actually are? Because they could just be big figures, but
So
Yes,
I
if it-
feel like if you scroll back up,
23 centimeters.
really, yeah, no, that's not.
Yes, so they're decently sized. For it's about what is it? It's about liter size, but they certainly don't look up to that sort of quality.
No, or engineering.
Yeah, I was looking at the size of the screws visible in Megatron's side, but yeah, no, fair enough. I see that. Yeah, interesting. We'll have to see how hollow or how well engineered or how expensive these figures are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Maybe
price-
that's terrible, but the price will reflect it. All right, it's the best we can hope for.
But then you look at the Robots in Disguise Bumblebee, that massive, whatever size class. Well, it's a Titan class figure size wise. I don't think they actually called it that, but it was a massive figure for about $80.
And it was hollow, and it was crap, and it didn't deserve to be that much.
No,
Yeah, it also didn't sell. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just- I still
Well,
see
you can
that
pick
on
them up
store
for $5
shelves
now.
time to time. So like,
oh.
hopefully that's the sort of thing where Hasbro learns their lesson from doing
They
dumb
won't.
crap like that.
Well, one story that's not in the run sheet is the massive sales that Toys R Us are having out in America at the moment, and Titan Triptychon on sale for $49.
Isn't that at Ollie's?
It's definitely
Yeah.
not Toys R Us.
Toys R Us have basically all been cleaned out of all their stock ever.
Oh, there you go.
That was like
All right.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Does that look like a electronics button or something on the side of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it compresses.
Yeah,
so-
it does.
Does
Maybe
something?
it's like it looks like the cannon has some sort of gimmick, like where
Yeah,
it
there's
springs out or something. So that might be activation for that.
There's something definitely going on with that cannon because you can see the little
Flowers out.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna call it. It's the return of the Automorph.
Mechatech.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Well, what weapon?
Oh, let's scroll down and have a look at Optimus Prime as well.
What weapon does Prime have? He doesn't come with anything.
Ooh, God, let's go back.
Go away, please. My eyes hurt.
His chest opens to reveal a.
What the hell is that on his
Big-
chest?
It's not a tumor. Or maybe it is.
Yeah, it is. It is. It definitely is.
Is it an effects piece? Is it supposed to be the Matrix?
It has to be the Matrix. Yeah.
Zero ankle articulation. Maybe a knee bend front and back. But
Zero
that's it.
any articulation.
Yeah, it's like on these figures, it's the same deal with Megatron's elbows. It looks like they sculpt it to have an elbow, and they sculpt it to have a knee, but it doesn't actually
Oh, like
have that.
Shockwave, kind of like that. What's it called?
exactly like that Shockwave.
These are just like an evolution of the Cyber Battalion.
They
figures.
are. Look at
Do you,
the
remember,
look
do
at
you
the
remember,
hollowness.
remember the pictures I posted of Starscream? I was so
Mm.
excited to get it a couple of years ago, and then when I got it, I was like, "What the shit is this? There's not even any knees. At least these ones have knees."
There's no mass.
Oh,
No
yeah.
Is it
mass.
serious?
No mass. Well, okay. I'm gonna definitely say
No,
mass.
There's no
No
mass.
mass. I'm gonna say Optimus definitely has knees because look at how he transforms.
Well, Megatron has. them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have
Okay.
knees, but yeah, it's limited.
I don't even think Megatron has elbows, which is
Yeah, Megatron's got no elbows for sure.
that's crappy.
You reckon?
Yeah, nah.
No,
Look at that.
there's no way.
There's, like,
I
no
don't know.
way.
I reckon there's something in there because that arm is swiveling out.
Well, if it got a swivel, that's not an elbow.
No, I reckon it could be attached below the elbow.
Nah, I don't think so.
I mean, I guess we'll see when.
Well, there's the fist.
We'll find out when we get the inevitable wave of people who buy these figures thinking that they might actually improve them, and then
Wait,
summarily
you're assuming
disappointed.
there's going to be people that buy these
There-
figures?
there
Oh,
will be.
but there always are.
God.
It happens when every set of them comes out. There's someone who's like, "Oh, this one looks really good," and "Oh, this might be it," and
Those
then
poor souls.
and then it's always like missing an elbow or something.
Yeah.
It's just-
Look at that truck, how bad is it? Look at the windows are separated, and
I
there's
kind of love it, but I can't tell you why.
Yeah.
you what?
I kind of love it, but I don't know.
I
why.
love the Cybertronian-esque feel of it.
Yeah, it's not an
But I
Earth tree.
don't. Yeah, as you said, Mikey, I don't like the gaps.
There's big gaps.
I wonder. Obviously, when we get the new War for Cybertron line coming up in the next year, we're going to get a Cybertronian Prime.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think it's worth remembering that these are the figures for the kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These just reek of that big Bumblebee from Robots and Skies.
Can I just say I actually don't mind the head sculpts that much.
Oh, the head sculpts are pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
especially that Megatron one. It's much more
Okay,
angular.
I take it back on the Optimus one because the
I like
Optimus one
Optimus.
looks trash.
No, I like Optimus.
It's
At
like
least he's got
I don't
his
know,
face
it looks matured.
Nah, I can't agree with that. That
It's
looks
like old man Prime.
He already is an old man. Somebody's just
It's gonna really
like-
sound like Peter Cullen.
Eeyore. Yeah, I really
Retirement homes are the right of all sentient beings.
and poor nursing quality.
Oh,
Oh, it's true. None of them are great. I can tell you that much.
What was it? What was Mark Wahlberg's character's name?
Cade?
Cade Yeager.
Cade, I require a colostomy bag change.
It's just
Cade, I have soiled myself. Help me.
My Autobots used to change my diaper. Cade.
Okay, now you mentioned earlier that the upcoming Transformers War for Cybertron line
What is that?
that is what Generations is going to become next year. So we are reaching the end of a three toy line cycle. I'm not going to say 3 years because it's been more like sort of 3.5, 4 years. But starting with Combiner Wars, going through Titan's Return, and now Power of the Primes. We've been in the middle of the Prime Wars trilogy, which is what Machinima has been calling their series. So next year we are going to see Transformers Generations War for Cybertron. Now, according to this report on TFW 2005, this is actually going to be called WFC. Big surprise, War for Cybertron. It's going to contain Leader, Voyager, Deluxe, Micromaster, and Battlemaster. Those classes. So it looks like the Micromasters might be making a bit of a return. Hopefully, the Micromasters will actually be more like the Micromasters from the 80s than the Titan Masters and Prime Masters we've been getting. Like they might actually be
It feels like-
small articulated Transformers.
It's going to be the
hoping
new
if they
name
could
for
do-
Legends. That's it.
I feel like those are because actually, of course, they don't have Legends in there. So I imagine they'll be smaller than the current Legends, but more posable.
I hope so.
Hmm.
Why would they be more posable?
Well, more posable than the original Micromasters. So
Oh, right. Yeah. okay,
Oh,
well,
right,
anything
yes.
is, yeah.
Yeah,
Even
look,
those
I-
crap things are. So.
I reckon you're right. I reckon Micromasters are the new Legends and Battlemasters are the new Prime Masters.
Try it, time.
Maybe, yeah. Or maybe it won't be like they won't necessarily replace it, but it'll be like two slightly different size classes.
Yeah,
You
they'll
know,
be,
so
they'll be
maybe
different.
maybe Battlemaster is like in between what is currently Legends and Deluxe, and Micromaster is just below Legends or something like that.
Battlemaster sounds exactly like Titan Master because they've got a tiny thing with something that can do battle, like those little
Yep.
machine things. So I'm guessing it's going to be, yeah. It's going to be something. It's going to have a little dude, maybe that I don't know if it's going to turn into a head.
He's the
or
dude
what.
inside the dude who
Yeah.
fights the other dude.
Yeah, that's basically Pretenders for you. That's the exact summary of Pretenders
Yeah.
that you need. But it's going to be some little thing. Maybe it'll even have a what were they called again? The new Legends are called what?
Micromaster.
Yeah, it'll have a
Prime
Micromaster and maybe something that'll have like a battle attachment. I'm going to call that.
Battle.
Oh yeah, that could make a lot of sense actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And-
all
and then
exactly like the Micromaster battle, those ones that came with the battle stations, maybe that'd be sick.
Oh yeah, that could be someone that could really bring in. That'd be I don't know, kind of a general mass appeal type thing. Like at a decent price point as well. Those could turn out really nicely.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
Pass-
And couple couple of my favorites from previous lines have been that Soundwave and Blaster, just the whole My First Kitchen playability of those. Even Triptychon with
I've
his
been doing
play.
Soundwave and Blaster wrong.
You know the battle station mode.
I think I have.
Yeah.
I still need to find that Grimlock box so I can get his apron out. That's fantastic, but this is sort of anyone thinking 2020 Action Masters.
Oh god, no.
Like, it's possible.
Oh no, don't.
Yeah,
say
no,
that,
do it.
please.
Dude, we've already got them.
No. I'm gonna call it right now. So there's going to be 2 more lines under War for Cybertron. One's going to be Action Masters. The other's going to be Pretenders.
See, but then you go from crap to awesome. So like, why would you?
What-
Aren't they doing
The thing is,
Pretenders with the current?
Not officially in name. They're not. They're Prime Masters.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and they're worse than the original Pretenders. So
I love them. They're cool. They're little and they turn into.
I'm not
stupid
saying they're
weapons.
bad. They're just not as good. You know, they're a step.
They're
down.
not as good. Okay, I get what you mean. They're not pretenders. They're not as cool as pretenders could be.
Whereas
Does anyone?
And the thing of Action Masters is that we already have all these, licensed companies doing like non-transforming Transformers figures.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, but
I
they
don't
don't come
feel
with
like there's
battle
much of a-
stations. They don't come with their own selves as battle stations.
We were just talking about it. The legend that the new Titan Master type thing could come with a battle platform, and that could be that.
Yeah,
I mean, ultimately,
Does
this is just speculation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have an issue with this all coming under generations?
No.
What else?
Not really.
All right.
Because Generations nowadays,
Go on, Brad.
it encompasses movie stuff as well. It basically just means, the more collector oriented.
Yeah, just like the Titans Return. Titans Return? Power of the Prime's Dinobots, but anyway, alright.
They are collector oriented.
Until I have to fuck my bot.
They're not good. I'm agreeing
Yeah.
on that line. I don't like them.
Yeah.
Slug is a potato, but look at him. Look at his design. He's a potato with triceratops bits.
He's a Triceratops potato.
He's a tripotato. Yeah, whatever.
Just stop.
Yeah,
I ate potatoes for breakfast. Anyway, Jason, you're talking about the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, so look, we'll quickly go over the other stuff. The Bumblebee movie is coming out very late in the year, so no surprise the toy line for the movie will continue into 2019, and it'll have lots of gimmicks.
oh god, yes.
Studio series, I reckon, has been quite well received by the community. What do you think?
Everyone.
Love it. It's my new favorite series. My new favorite line.
The first wave was fun. Second wave, meh.
No, what's wrong with the second wave? Jazz looks great. Megatron has a big hole in his torso. I guess that kind of sucks.
I still prefer. Yeah, I still prefer. Okay.
Anyway, studio series
Sure
has been quite well received by the community,
Wink.
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And it is going to continue into 2019. No big surprise there, and I think that's probably quite good news. Although it's interesting that I don't know if we're actually going to get any more studio series figures.
Oh, we
after-
have to. They're not going to just do.
It's like
They
it
say-
just says the 2019 line. I don't know.
Yeah, so it says 2+ leaders, 2+ voyages, and 5+ deluxes.
But that's
Something
like one wave.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that's what they have confirmed right now. That's the figures which they have designed, and that we'll probably see, come SDCC. But there'll be more that gets designed and more that gets greenlit, and unless this line ends up tanking, they're going to continue it.
Yeah, so you're going to get Blackout as Grindor.
Yeah,
You're going to get Grimlock Plus, which was the toy accurate version. You're going to get.
See, that's the thing, Brad. That's exactly it. Who else can they do in that size class? If they're going for accuracy scale, they can only do the other Dinobots and
They can
Grindor.
They can do the
Jetfire.
submarine.
Be that big?
Yeah.
Well, we don't even know what it looks like. So
Yeah, we've talked about this before about who could be leaders and who not. Whether or not they'd even go into the Constructicons and actually make a decent Devastator.
there is a decent Devastator, but it's a Legend class.
Yeah, I know, but sort of make that in.
Oh, Brad, that's what they can do. That's what they did for the deluxe class Starscream. They upscaled it to Voyager. What if they just super upscale the Legend to Supreme class?
Oh my god, yeah, just like add in some joints. That could
Exactly.
work really well. I'm surprised the knockoff company hasn't already done that, to be honest.
It's
Now that we've said it,
Well,
it's happening.
it is because we've seen. Oh, who is it? So I don't
TF
know.
Evo?
They done Hot Rod and movie Hot Rod,
Yes.
and they've hinted at Devastator as well.
Oh,
So,
yeah, the third party company.
yeah, that third party company. So
Yeah.
okay, movie Masterpiece is also going to continue to 2019 with one figure from 2007 and one figure from Revenge of the Fallen. Good on ya. It's going to be 2 figures for movie Masterpiece next year.
Oh, right. This is
Ratchet?
fine. Okay.
Ratchet.
I don't see. I was thinking Ratchet, but if you look at what they've done with
Well, it's gotta be a
Studio
con.
Series, Studio Series and
Megatron.
Movie Masterpiece haven't really crossed over at all. Like, if
Yeah.
there's been a Studio Series figure, it hasn't been the same character. There hasn't been the same character, or at least design in Movie Masterpiece.
Let's do something ridiculous. Make them both Megatron. Just to piss off everyone.
You could.
Well, they did Prime, so obviously they've got to do the opposite, haven't they?
But do Revenge of the
Yeah.
Fallen and Movie 1 Megatron.
Ooh.
I doubt they do a Revenge of the Fallen one because they just made a new Voyager.
So, okay. So make the Movie 1 figure the leader Megatron, and then make the Revenge of the Fallen lead, I don't know, the Fallen, maybe?
As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, if you go to the other story that Max inserted into the run sheet about this, we can act, doesn't matter. I'll just read it out. It actually says there's going to be 11 deluxe characters across 4 waves, 6 Voyagers across 4 waves, and 3 leaders across 2 waves.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's only one more leader to come, and it's going to be Grindor. That's essentially it. That's all they can do. Like, who else can they do?
What? I don't know because, well, yeah, I suppose Blackout is fairly small. What is maybe Infernicus?
Oh, God.
Yeah, he ain't that popular.
Fuck's
Um,
Infernicus.
the
That's
last
not in the
Lightning Strike-
movies.
Actually,
Yes,
no,
he
that-
was. He was the combiner that fought Prime in the last night. Remember the one?
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. That's
He
Was
cut all the heads off in unison.
Wasn't there a leak that they were going to do Scorn and Slug as leaders?
I'm
I do
not
recall that
remembering.
rumor.
Well, wait. Okay, so you're saying this? Is this over the whole line? So
I don't know. It's on my screen.
okay. So from what he's saying here, this could not this could be 3 complete. This could either be 3 new or retooled or repainted leader classes.
The story
Yeah.
is presented as the 2019 lineup.
So it could be.
Yes.
So it could not include Blackout and Grimlock as the 3, or it could
Because
be.
they're not in the 2019 series.
Yeah, that could be reissued, I guess.
They
Alright.
could be, but no one would buy it. So
No.
Well, they're not Bumblebees, so they're not going to pop them in each
I
wave.
swear to God, if they do a leader Bumblebee, I'll just kill myself. I mean, like it just doesn't fit in
They-
scale.
they won't-
They'll do it.
they won't. Yeah, it's a scale thing.
They'll just have him in like a giant mech suit that makes him a leader class. It's ridiculous.
We're going to move on. See, Brad's ready with his finger on the button.
I wasn't. I had to rush for it.
Tiniest of the tiniest Masterpiece Bumblebees.
Oh,
He's tiny. He's called New Age H1 Bumblebee. He's up to the hips on the recent Legend scale Bumblebee.
and he's up to the hips of the Pen Prime.
Yep, Pen Prime. and
He is
Hot Soldier
perfect in every
Scout.
way.
Are you saying, Max? Are you saying that he's small but perfectly formed?
Yes, is that a reference to something?
I'm not sure, really.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Man,
so
that's,
I'm not actually sure what the middle Bumblebee.
that's the
on
one that
actually
Brad
is.
has. Hot Soldiers.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Hot
is it?
Soldiers. That explains why.
Oh no, it's eye gear.
But,
Is that?
yeah.
Oh,
Is it eye gear? Because it's got IG.
yeah.
Yeah, must be. So he's nice and tiny and compact. He's way smaller than the Legends class Bumblebee from Titan's Return. He's smaller than Argear Bumblebee. He's
That's
size-
not 20. That's not a 20-cent piece.
not a 20 piece.
He's the
Brad.
size of some kind of coin.
Yes,
so-
it's the size of a coin.
Yeah. So if you own the Perfect Effect reflector figures, he's the same size as them.
Oh God, those
Tiny.
things are
Oh, I
tiny.
do have one of them. Yeah, cool. Okay.
They're minuscule.
I nearly brought them to Comic Con.
I love them. They were great.
They
And
are
then-
awesome.
And then I sold them. So
Yeah.
At least he has a backpack.
that is a decent looking backpack for
Sorry,
something that's
just
small.
stay on this. Is the prototype talking out of its ass?
It's farting a jetpack.
Jeez.
that's how you power it. He just keeps on farting.
But maybe it's like zoom. Maybe it's like a zoomed in picture, so it's showing you that he's up himself.
Mm.
Oh, boo!
All right. So, do we have a price or a release date on this? New Age is a name that I haven't actually heard of before.
I'll check the pre-order listing.
That's the hot toy. That's the Hot Soldiers Soundwave, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So he is $30 Australian and slated for release in June.
See, that's a decent price considering that one next to him is 20.
Well,
Yeah,
he's also
Half the
got-
size of it.
And it's a
should be
third party.
$10.
It's a third party figure.
Yeah, look, it's a third party, and also the price comes from parts count, not like
Well, that's
size. Most
How
of
does
the
he?
time.
How does he scale against other figures? Like, so you can see,
We've just seen.
you can see the photo. Well, not really. Like, none of those figures are actually like. Well, Bumblebee is readily available, but you can see him in vehicle mode, fitting into the back of the truck, which
MP10.
we assume is MP10's trailer.
It's not MP10.
no, it's not. No way.
It might be the
Look at how small
DS9
it is
trailer.
compared to that, mate. That's not MP10.
So what the hell is this trailer?
It's the
It's a
like one of
DX9 Legends trailer.
the- Who?
It's not the Hot Soldiers one that's about to
Oh,
come
it
out.
might be. Well, DX9 and Hot Soldiers are both doing a Prime
I'd
with
say
the
it's the
trailer,
Hot
so it could be
Soldiers.
either of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got it coming and it hasn't been released yet, so I can't.
A few people have them.
I don't know.
That's great.
Yeah. Tiny Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Tiny Bumblebee
Tiny.
Tiny Bumblebee has a fan in Mikey and a skeptic in me.
Well, it's only about $5 more than the Hot Soldiers one, but that back of it looks a whole lot better than what the Hot Soldiers one does.
Looks better than the MP, to be
It's
honest.
true.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
And if it comes off that jetpack as well as an accessory, then
I think Brad. I think
I
Max
think that
is
is
gonna
the
assault me.
jetpack, isn't it?
no, the jetpack goes onto the spare tire there. I'm guessing.
Did I just offend Max and
No.
every one of the
Enough.
three people in Adelaide?
And if that's-
You
Looking
may
at
have,
podcast
yes.
stats, South Australia has actually gone dark.
Adelaide's in South Australia.
Oh god. We were talking, so,
I pressed the wrong button.
about how Mikey doesn't really know where anything is outside of Sydney.
New South Wales is the bomb, and everything else just go away.
In that, we
Uh,
should bomb New South Wales. Yes, I agree.
Ooh, burn!
Brad has moved on.
let's not get the feds involved, shall we?
Let's move on and talk about something that we can all agree looks pretty freaking hot. This is Unique Toys UTR02 Challenger, which is an Age of Extinction / The Last Night Optimus Prime figure. We are looking at a color prototype of this figure, and Mikey is actually Mikey's going to jump out of his chair if I don't let him talk.
Pre-ordered ages ago.
Yeah.
This thing looks amazing.
Oh, he's perfect. I'm in love.
Fucking. I think everyone that's sort of
Unique Toys has messed us up by combining multiple photos into
yeah, I think everyone that's sort of had Purakill have sort of said how good the figure is now that they're going to do a prime. Like it's an instant pre-order for a lot of people.
Yeah,
It
but
was.
Peru Kill has the same insane design choices where it's like you wouldn't think there's any way you can make that alt mode turn into that robot mode.
Exactly.
Right, and then they did it almost perfectly. And so you look at this where
Where's the
they're probably going
backpack?
to build
Where's the
upon
backpack?
that
Oh, wow.
experience. You know, there's
There's
no
no
kibble on
truck. There's no truck mode here. Where's this truck?
But
I
the thing
know.
is, I've talked to a lot of people who have the Alien Attack one, which is the a masterpiece scaled Age of Extinction Prime. And to one person, he said he tried so hard, he looked at reviews, but he could not transform it at all. He couldn't, not one bit. So hopefully this one can win in that area and then be actually able to transform.
Oh,
Exactly.
I doubt it won't.
Yeah.
Unique Toys do such a solid feeling figure.
I gotta say, I've got no idea how it turns into a truck.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
looked at Perukil
No.
and said, how does he turn into a Lamborghini? So,
Mm.
and now we know it's
But
magic.
then the
origami.
accessory count, like you've got an extra head, you got 3 extra faces here, you got the shield, the sword. It
And then
definitely
the knife.
comes. Yeah, the full swagger of Masterpiece.
And he's got the 2 staffs as well.
I'm not
Yeah,
even
I was
those
wondering-
figures.
And one person pointed out, it's just like, hey, why does Optimus Prime come with a vape? It looks like he's vaping.
Oh, and that explains
yeah,
the second head. One head's got the red swoofed of.
Yeah, so you
Red
got
on it.
Nemesis Prime in as well.
Yeah, so he's got the red marked head and the regular head, and both of them have masked and unmasked faces.
Wow.
It's awesome.
Wow. Mikey, you said you pre-ordered this. How much was it going for?
When I pre-ordered, I believe it was 160.
What?
Oh, wow.
Is
Yeah,
it max or not?
Double check. I think it was less than that.
Maybe
Um,
140.
Yeah, I think it was 140, but it's since gone up. So it's 170 right now.
Well, then I got it when it was less. Yeah, there's this site where you can either pre-order them early and then you get it for cheaper, or then wait and then they go up. But
It's called every online retailer ever.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I just like as soon as I saw the comparisons between this and the Alien Attack, I knew this was definitely the one for me.
Where are the wheels? Where'd the wheels go?
I know.
Well,
I wish
No.
I wish I could zoom in on these, but
I don't get what they've done here. This is.
lipstick. No, wait,
I mean,
where's
you can
look,
sort of
look.
see.
Go
the
back to that
the
other picture.
makings of something.
that other picture.
That one the one you were on, yeah. See, someone said that bottom picture looked like Prime was vaping.
Oh, because he's got
It
a
looks like he's
bedroom
doing
wand.
karaoke.
Yeah.
Looks like he's holding someone in his hand.
You got the
Tiny,
torch.
There's a tiny alien in his
Tiny
hand.
little-
Got the power.
He's doing karaoke. Yeah, well, I don't care for the staff, but every other
It
accessory
looks nice. It's a nice looking stuff. If that's die cast,
probably.
that'd be,
Let's be honest.
It's got a sort of sheen to it.
yeah. It's probably plastic, but still, as long as it doesn't bend or have a warp in it when you get out of the box.
I remember
As long as it's not rubber.
one of my only complaints with Perukil was that I didn't think they did the accessories all that well, like in terms of what they included and how
Well,
they
guess what?
incorporated it. Yeah, and now we've just gone, yeah, we're going to give you everything you could possibly want.
All
But then the detail up the sword blade there, that just how the detail's standing out in the darkness there. That's fantastic.
Oh,
Or it
it's,
could be
it's
like
such a
Jason
premium
did.
looking piece.
Jason's been showing me his new phone today, and he's got like this phone where he can take a photo in the dark, and then it makes it really good looking. So maybe they actually had their phone and have that type of phone when they were doing this.
So he's got a new phone that can take photos in the dark.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's. I'm not kidding. He can take photos in the dark, and then they highlight them. Right.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, I just love how it can turn into that. Like all those flat panels just
It's the core feature of the toy line, Brad.
Yep. All right.
Transformers.
We're watching the girl panels.
It's like an episode of Peanuts. Let's move on to the third-party masterpieces that nobody knew they needed until now.
Yeah.
So, Bad Cube, I'm going to take you on a slight journey down memory lane to. Was it this time last year, or it was just probably more like 18 months ago or so, when we were all receiving our Bad Cube Sun Surge Masterpiece Sunstreaker figures and just going,
I did not.
this is so good, and Takara's never going to do Sunstreaker, so it's really good to see a third party take such a good effort at making a masterpiece figure. Oh, and shit, now there's a Masterpiece Sun Surge, Masterpiece Sunstreaker. Everyone's selling their Sun Surges.
It's a million times better.
They're everywhere, and yeah, Masterpiece Sunstreaker is way better than Sun Surge ever was. But you know what's not a million times better than everything else? Masterpiece Sideswipe.
Oh,
Yeah,
not
well,
bad.
to be fair, Yeah, the Masterpiece Sideswipe mold isn't the best, in all honesty.
So
It's also really old. To be
It
fair.
is very
look,
old.
that's fine. It's really old. It's newer than MP10, but it's still pretty old. So it's into this arena that Bad Cube steps with an updated Masterpiece Sunstreaker of their own. He's got a less bulky chest. He's got more articulation, and as you can see in some of these photos, he goes quite well with Masterpiece Sunstreaker. And they're making 2 releases of the mold, one for Sunstreaker and one for Red Alert. Now, you can see from this photograph here that there are some differences between each of the molds, because Red Alert's doors are attached to his shoulders while Sideswipes are not.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Which is a distinction I don't think the Masterpiece had.
yeah, that's
think-
quite correct.
I think that may be a thing you can. I'm not sure, but it looks like it may be a thing you can do. As well.
look where the wheels are on Red Alert's shoulders
that
as
is
well.
true.
There are a couple, like I said, there are a couple of differences here, right?
Mm.
But I think more for me, it's the fact that you're actually going to be able to pose this Sunstreaker more than the Takara Tomy one,
Yeah.
and it's for this reason that I'm binning my no Bad Cube rule. I'm gonna buy this.
Oh, Bad Cube make them like the Insecticons. I think from Bad Cube are the best Insecticons, even though
I
Fans
just-
Toys
You
are great.
Fans Toys in the box
That's just
back there.
because they've got lots of die cast and
Yeah.
all that. But
That's why they're awesome.
yeah, but I
Here's the
like
thing: is like the official one has this genius, simplistic, and efficient transformation, whereas Bad Cube has
Oh,
a
Bad Cube
reputation for being overly
some kind of
complicated.
an explosion. It's going to take about 3 hours to transform it, and you'll need at least 5 YouTube videos.
Yeah, that is the worry.
know-
And then
we know
when
it.
it comes to posability, right? I think aside from the ankles, I feel like the official one's pretty good. He can ab crunch. He's not supposed to, but he can.
You can't really.
he's not supposed to,
Yeah.
but he can snap his waist.
Yeah. I can look around 360 degrees if you snap my neck. Yeah.
There's still that sort of issue between toy accurate and cartoon accurate, though. Like it's pretty toy accurate, that original one,
Mm.
where they're sort of
I'll be honest. I'm not really sure what Sideswipe's legs look like in the cartoon. The iconic part of Sideswipe is the bonnet, chest, and the head.
yeah.
Whereas
But
the chest on the MP is kind of a bit small. I mean, the head,
No,
the
it's
head,
quite large.
the head,
The
the
head's
head, the head.
Yeah.
To-
like-
The head on this, I'm not really a fan of either. If I'm honest, like the Red Alert one looks perfect.
Oh, go to another shot of the head, right? Because okay, so that looks cool. You can't do that with the official Masterpiece.
But that's 10 years of engineering, or plus 10 plus years of engineering to be able to do that.
So what? I'm just saying it looks good, right?
How dare you?
People are like, well, this thing shouldn't exist, but I think it should. I think it should, because Masterpiece Sunstreaker is so good that it actually needs a great Masterpiece Sideswipe to go with it. And
Yeah, this
This could be-
aesthetically, they're much more in line.
yeah, and also that vehicle mode is hot.
Even the third party Lambos just look fantastic.
So the interesting thing with this though is like Bad Kid's color is a bit off. Like their red is not as vibrant as it should be. Like Sideswipe should actually be bright red, not just sort of like this faded red of this
It's
figure.
a prime red. It should be a lighter,
Yeah,
like a 5-foot red.
hopefully they'll fix it before release. But so Sideswipe's head came in for a lot of criticism from these photos, which prompted a reply from Bad Cube going like, "Oh,
We'll fix it.
we're not sure what's wrong. Like, it must be just the way that the light was falling on the head." It's like, oh, whatever.
Because that makes the head look bigger or
Because
smaller.
Sunstreaker has such a large face.
Yeah.
And, and then
Sideswipe's head is
comparing
pretty
it to
small.
Sideswipes, it's kind of comical.
Yeah. Are we going to mention the elephant in the room here?
Please, because I
don't know what it is.
Either. Is there a literal elephant in your room right now? Because I have no idea.
The Superior Sunstreaker's not on show.
What you mean? Omnigonic spin out.
Ooh!
Yeah,
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
that exists as well.
But yes, we're all wondering why the company that made this toy didn't put their other toy that they made to go with this toy out.
Look, it's really simple. I'm sorry, guys. Like, they actually ran out of stock and they couldn't locate their own Sun Surge, so they pre-ordered one from a little-known Australian site called Premium Collection.
I thought that was off topic. I thought that we weren't allowed to talk about. That's like the Voldemort.
Well,
of this.
There's no ambiguity about it anymore.
Oh, it comes with jetpack.
Wow, what the
I'm
heck?
guessing that goes on Prime.
No, maybe it attaches to the spare wheel on his back.
No. Sunstreaker was the one that carried around the jetpack. Remember in that one episode, he's like, Sunstreaker, give me your jetpack. And he never used it in the show. Well, Prime
Was
did.
it Ironhide? Didn't he get it off Ironhide?
No, he got it off of Sideswipe.
Oh, there you go. Okay, all right.
Is that a spare face for Sun Surge as well?
Yeah, it's an R face.
Mm.
Oh,
Cool.
there we go. Oh, here we go. Okay.
There you go. He's giving the jetpack to Prime, right? So maybe the jetpack works with both.
I don't
Ooh.
think it does, to be honest.
It looks like it does. But poor Red Alert. We've spent the whole time
Yeah.
talking about Sideswipe.
Sideswipe.
Not Red Alert.
Riddler.
Mhm.
Also seen here with Masterpiece Inferno, not their
Oh, yeah, they do
Horrible.
have their own version, don't they?
yeah, their horrible version that no one liked and no one purchased.
Wait, but Bad Cube made an Inferno?
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
well,
Masterpiece Inferno.
Well, Max
that-
is
that
learning about it for the
yeah.
first time, so none of us knew about that.
that confirms how bad it is, apparently, then.
back during
So I
Inferno
forgot about it.
Back during Inferno Wars, where I was praising Make Toys, everyone was praising
Wait.
Masterpiece, and Bad Cube were coming up the rear with
Wasn't it Ocular Max?
Hellfire and Wrestle.
Yeah.
Okay, that too.
Wait, are you sure?
I'm
that-
pretty sure Bad Cube didn't
Didn't
make
make
an Inferno.
one.
I'm pretty sure we
There
just
was-
said 10 minutes
There was
ago.
prototypes, whether it went to production or not. There was certainly prototypes.
Someone's
because-
looking it up
If
right now.
If only someone had
the
an internet-connected device in front of
Oh
them.
no! If only someone did, because there was prototypes of it, and it had
exists.
it had a stupid lattice
No, it doesn't.
underneath the ladder to
Yeah.
combine the front and the rear that looked absolutely horrible.
we looked up Bad Cube Inferno, and the first image comes up is off the shelf.
Seems like
Oh,
a podcast that someone
Someone used to have.
used to. Yeah.
That's what we were
Oh,
talking about.
I'm not seeing a Bad Cube Inferno.
I'll in the show notes this week. I'll bring up that run sheet from that off the shelf episode where we'll talk about that figure.
Put it in the show notes because everyone will see it there.
Yeah, fight me, Brad.
No,
Fight me.
we did, and I was disgusted on that figure. and
Wait, you had a fight with Mikey?
Yeah, when did we fight?
I don't think we fought. We just commented on how bad that was, and here we got some G2 goodness from Red Alert as well.
I don't think Bad Cube did an Inferno.
It never come out then.
I don't think they even announced one.
Okay, all right.
Looks like this is a betting situation.
Yes, this is a betting situation.
Is this a betting situation?
I'm going to bet on Mikey.
Oh. All right, I'm sitting over in my corner alone. I'm all alone. There's no one beside me.
Okay,
Deadpool
let's,
2's good.
let's move on.
No one can.
Let's move on. This is some handy work.
Oh,
Oh no.
get out of my house.
So Shockwave Lab has taken on the challenge of providing hands that are somewhat articulated for Studio Series Leader Class Blackout.
And don't they look great?
They do look pretty good. Now this toy was very much anticipated by a lot of us, and when he arrived, it was a little bit disappointing to see the hand situation.
I know, because the exact thing I want my Blackout to do is to hold the Excalibur sword. So,
Yeah, that makes no sense. So
Yeah.
let's go back up to this photo.
Where he can just randomly clench a fist.
Yeah, he can clench a fist. He can point at you. He can
look tough.
he can slap a
Yeah.
bitch. I don't know.
Wow.
Where
Better than before.
I know he come with Scorponok, which is an accessory he has to have. But where's the small little not CI,
It's
the military
accessory we had to have.
the little military database cube hexagon, whatever it was that he got in
Yeah,
this-
but that's not
excellent
Masterpiece.
base.
That's what we'd have in Masterpiece level. That's the kind of crap we get with Masterpiece level. But with this, you don't expect you know.
I've got a box of stupid mech tech weapons that come with all the movie figures that were not needed at all.
Those are so bad though. Like those are gimmicky things to try and bring kids in.
Yeah. Did it work? We'll see.
I don't think it did.
Yeah, so look, there's no price or release date on these hands. But
hey, they're coming, which is a good thing. because
yeah, coming, yes.
These figures sorely need them.
Well,
They're coming. Please do hurry up and release them because, come on, they're hands. It's not that difficult.
here's a
Really
good
not a
question. Is anyone actually actively looking to buy these?
I know at least two
Yeah.
people within the realm of this podcast who are interested.
Me and Max.
Yeah,
Okay.
I cannot tell how much these will improve Grimlock and Blackout.
What are you going to have in those hands?
I don't know.
love?
Oh, well, I'm sure with the Blackout ones that we're looking at here, the hands on him just look terrible, right? So these will,
But
with these upgraded ones, he'll be able to look like he'll actually look good. And then with Grimlock, the upgrade kit for him has weapons and stuff
Is
that
this
he
the
can hold.
same? Is this the same company, Max?
I think it's a different company. This is
so you got more than one doing it. Okay.
yeah, but it's like one company's doing Grimlock, one company's doing Blackout.
And the Grimlock set you can't live without because that Grimlock set is amazing.
Yeah, like the Grimlock one, it feels less essential, but
Yeah.
more of an upgrade.
Yeah,
Whereas the Blackout one doesn't. This one here doesn't do as much, but
But
it is more necessary for improving the figure.
yeah,
Doesn't-
I agree. I think it needs it. This I think it was a very silly design. Like and the fact that they made the hands open, like why? Like what could it ever hold?
So it can
It's,
slap.
What slap
it's
like
just
this?
such
Like
a
karate chop
Yeah,
sideways.
it's actually it's actually a Cobra Kai promotional piece.
Oh, there you go. We were talking
Yeah.
about that today as well.
Uh-huh.
Or
Yeah,
you can just do the Masterpiece Shockwave salute.
Oh,
That's fine. That's fine.
so Hitler doesn't exist anymore?
well, no, he kind of died.
Yeah, I think a pig found him.
Moving swiftly along.
Let's- Max, you got some new toys?
I got some new toys. Let's turn my camera on.
That's all right. I'll
Was that
figure out
voluntary? I thought you just couldn't turn it on.
What? Oh no, I just because of technical issues, we'll say.
He can't stream.
So, on the topic of said Studio Series figures,
Oh wow. Here we go.
the two I had them pre-ordered.
It's
through
okay.
Cobra
We can't
Imports,
see them because Max is, as always, in silhouette.
and
Hey,
what
at
I
least I
thought I
got
had
a
it
lamp.
from.
I got a lamp.
So I got the 2 liters from 12 Imports that came in this week. So first off, Blackout. Okay,
How's his hand?
Hands are shit. Rest of the figure's almost perfect, but the hands are objectively terrible.
Can he hold his weapon?
What weapon?
So he doesn't need to hold it. then.
Brad with
Oh,
the Brad with the
What
sick
a sick burn.
what a sick burn.
Hold on.
Cold water to burned area. That would be the
Oh
hand.
no.
Do you mean the Scorponok mace?
No, I don't believe we
'Cause
do.
he can hold Scorponok as
Stop
a mace
trying, mate.
if you so choose.
That's animal cruelty. Please put him down.
Looks
Well,
like you
look,
can wave
it-
Scorponok around like a fan on a hot day.
Look, well, no, I'm sure if you threw a scorpion at someone, it would prove quite an effective weapon.
In Jumanji, in Jumanji
Personally-
Welcome to the Jungle, someone vomits a scorpion on the other person and then it kills them.
Wow.
Yeah, it gets dark. It gets dark there a little bit.
Yeah. So this dude just comes up and says, "Hey, I forgive you."
Oh,
And then he gives him a cuddle, and then he vomits a scorpion onto him, and then the scorpion kills him.
also
That's pretty
a
metal.
fantastic scene, Deadpool 2. Not going any further.
I've no idea.
What are you talking
And
about?
I've
None
seen
of
the
these
movie.
things that you're saying, like you just said the other day, someone was in the movie that wasn't, and then like
Mark Hamill is in that goddamn movie.
Mark Hamill is in the movie.
I seen him get ejected from that truck. I was like, oh my god, it's Luke. And he's Dawn.
Notice there's lists of all the cameos, and Mark Hamill isn't on any of them.
All right. Wait till DVD. Anyway,
Okay, but
Max.
anyway, these figures, I would say, they made a whole lot of right decisions and a whole lot of wrong decisions, and I don't see
Great plastic.
why.
Great plastic.
Yeah, I don't know why they made the wrong decisions because I don't see how it
Maybe
would
they were
save them
operating
money.
in the dark like you are.
What usually I do have my phone as a torch there, but because my computer's buggered or my headset on the computer's buggered, I'm using that for the Hangout.
Once again, Max has power issues in South Australia.
Oh no, this isn't power issues. This is
I keep
just
saying
me not
just
checking.
buy a lamp, right?
This is buy a
That's
lamp.
right, I've said
It's
this.
really, really simple. Just go to IKEA or go to any type of
Right.
outlet and buy a bloody lamp.
Okay, I'll buy a lamp.
I'm gonna take it.
He's gonna bring. Don't worry,
I'm gonna br- I'm
Jason's
gonna
gonna
bring-
bring
I'll
you.
buy it.
Bring you a lamp, Max.
I have a lamp. It just periodically breaks.
Well, then get a new one.
What a shitty lamp.
So
Nothing
this
in
figure,
Adelaide works.
He's got a little bit of kibble, but the design in the movie had a whole bunch of stuff hanging off it, so I'm okay
Oh,
with it.
dude, the design in the movie was just kibble upon kibble upon kibble.
The head
Although-
sculpt is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Like that is, it's almost entirely accurate. So detailed there. A lot of opposability is limited, but what is there works well enough, and it's not like he does all that much, like sort of crazy backflips and what have you in the movie.
Although
Yeah.
in all of that, you know that you see that pose there's that one pose that he's doing where he's kind of doing the Spider-Man pose, and he can't do that, and I'm a bit disappointed.
Oh, yeah. That's like
He's
the
got
pose that
bad
they had,
knees.
the same pose that they did for Prime and all the promotional material, didn't
Yeah.
they?
Oh, that's
that's
stupid.
stupid.
Yeah.
What was that pose? I never
Superhero
made
landing.
any
Is that
sense.
the fist on the ground like Iron Man 3 poster style?
It's not quite. If
It's
on the
not
ground,
because
he's going.
his
He's like
shin's
got his
straight, yeah.
arm like that.
His
Oh,
shin-
that is a
it's like his-
ridiculous pose. That makes
He's
no
like
sense.
squatting down and flexing his bicep with his
Yeah.
other arm behind him. It
Yeah,
never
it's
made any
Yeah, I
always-
remember that one. Look it
it's
up.
all those CG animated artistic things that
Flair.
had, yeah, Age of Extinction, Galvatron, and all that as well. Max, one thing I just noticed from the previous news story, Blackout's got his fuel pods on his underside of his arms.
Yes.
That's an incredibly bad design choice and choice for the robot. Where we lost Max.
Are you saying that he can target the fuel pods?
Well, if you lift your arms to block gunfire, you're just presenting your fuel pods to your attacker.
I thought those things were bombs.
No, the fuel pods.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I
Anyway.
think doesn't he get
Is this your prime
killed by
pose?
like being shot?
Oh,
No,
no.
it's-
No, that's better. That's better. So at least that's a prime pose.
Not Age of Extinction, first movie.
Oh, Transformers first. movie.
Transformers,
Oh,
first
okay.
movie, prime pose.
Speaking of Age of Extinction, oh, what a segue!
Oh, cameo. Oh, I'm not cameo. Segue.
Cameo.
Segue.
Leader
Yeah.
Grimlock. It's like he does less wrong than Blackout and more right, and he's bigger. He also has one of the best paint schemes on any Transformer ever.
Okay.
Yeah, the others are condemning your lighting issues, but at the moment, when you're holding that up, there's some really nice blues or something coming
The
across.
paint they did on him is amazing.
Yeah,
It's,
the metallic in it's just coming.
it looks even better in person.
What's he
Like,
doing?
It's so premium.
Yeah.
That's from Dark of the Moon.
I'd love the rest of the Dinobots, at least the Age of Extinction Dinobots, painted up like that.
Yeah. Well,
Just
there's
to have-
so many different decos of that original set, but they never got it quite right. Whereas with this version, they just nailed it.
Yeah,
And
the
like-
exclusive set they had at Maya, which was a 5-pack, in their black mode was fine, but it was sort of too black. It wasn't brushed silver or gold or chrome enough.
Yeah, I mean, and whereas Blackout was fairly limited in posability, this guy has basically everything you could want. And as for sort of strange choices in terms of sculpting, there's only really a couple of issues. One is that instead of having half a T-Rex head on each shoulder, he has a full T-Rex head.
But is that doesn't he? Can someone confirm that that's wrong?
As in,
What? Yeah, it's
film
in the movie.
accurate.
He has half a T-Rex head on each shoulder.
Are you sure?
Where does the vestigial T-Rex head go?
do I
I'll
see
show
him
you
behind?
tomorrow.
It like
It splits in half and becomes part of the tail.
That's what the original figure done.
Yeah, so you see this T-Rex head sort of splits in
splits in
half
half.
like that,
And then that arm becomes a tail.
and then
Kinda
this one's
like-
just a solid piece.
Hmm.
And then the other thing is his arms are like sculpted at this weird inward angle, which
Yeah,
makes
it
it
is
kind of
weird.
hard to get a sort of the pose you want going for him.
It's
you have
like
to,
he's
play
in,
every elbow and then sort of a bicep, and it throws the sculpt off a bit.
it's like he's trying to flex kind of weirdly.
Yeah, it's like
Put a
perma-flexing.
T-Rex head on
Thriller
his shoulder.
arms.
Yeah.
And the other thing is a weapon choice. He's got like
Here
he's
we
got
go.
this with a hand on his. He doesn't have a right hand. He has a mace.
Yep, you've
Which,
completed
like-
it several times.
Who cares?
Well, no, okay. Look, it's not inaccurate. He does have the mace replacing his right hand in the movie, but for literally one shot when they're on the bridge,
Boom!
there's one shot
You
where
know,
it
if
looks
they
like
didn't
this,
do it, people would complain to buggery, right?
and the rest of the time he's holding it as a flail
Max?
or he's holding a mace.
Max,
Yes.
did you edit that one scene into the movie?
What?
Did you
What?
edit that one scene into the movie?
Trust me, if I edited it, literally anyone else editing that movie would have made it better.
Yeah.
when he walks out of the ship before Prime bitch slaps him with the sword, is he holding it as a flail there, is he?
Yeah, when he walks out, he's got a mace and he's got this spiked ball on his wrist. He's holding that as a flail on a chain. And then later on, the mace disappears and the flail is now attached to his forearm in place of a fist.
So it'd be like if G1 Megatron in the battle for Sherman Dam took his mace into his fist and just used it as a punching bag or punching
Yep.
fist.
Did he?
Yeah, basically that.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, and one final thing is the head sculpt is
To die for.
one of the absolute best on any mainline
It's delicious,
Transformer.
Max.
It's so
it's
good. It's
absolutely
got that. It's sort of that vicious, weird, beaky looking thing
Yeah, his
that
head's
Grimlock
pretty
was in
weird.
that movie,
It
and it works so well.
it sweeps back a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to think what this reminds me of.
It's
now.
like a cyclist, one of those like speed cyclist helmets
Yeah, it's like a road biker helmet with a big bit
with
sticking
the
off
big
the back.
swoosh back. Yeah, you know those things.
Downhill skiing. Speed
Downhill
skiing.
like skiers type. Yeah, like Brad's saying.
Yeah.
I'll show you tomorrow. I've got
Yeah.
the figure here. I've just got to show it to Jason.
Look, on the whole, these guys aren't perfect, but they're still really damn good.
Grimlock in my eyes is perfect, and Blackout is just missing the hands, and that's it.
I'd say colour.
Why are you really hating on the color?
It's just grey plastic. It's just grey
So it
plastic.
makes sense. It saves money.
I feel
Yeah.
like Blackout should have been a bit closer to Grimlock, but then they run the issue of having two very similar looking figures.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
One's a helicopter,
same-
one's a dinosaur.
Yeah, but like a kid in the store isn't gonna make that distinction.
Yeah, kids are pretty dumb,
They are in robot mode in the box.
and kids are stupid.
That too. All right.
Yeah, anyway.
I think that's it for new acquisitions. You don't have anything, do you?
No, sir.
I don't have anything. Brad, do you have
Well,
anything?
I'm the only one.
No, I was waiting on something to come today, but it'll be here next week.
Good day.
We'll
Right.
get to
I
that.
don't have anything. I don't have anything else. And like Mike and I have to go and do Comic Gong in the morning, so I think we might wind up the podcast. How's that?
Yep, lovely.
Come on, yeah.
The Comic Con
So-
dance. Comic Con dance.
Yeah,
Woo!
there's an official day.
Is that the official Comic Gong Comic Gong dance?
Now,
It is now.
Now we just have to do that the entire day tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, that convention tomorrow, and a massive shout out and a thank you to Comic Gong for we got the space up there for free because it's in the library section, not the museum. So
We're hanging out in the library
Are we by ourselves,
with all
Brad?
the books. We might be.
I have no idea.
I get
what
the
else is
feeling
in
they
there.
may just open the library for us tomorrow.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. We can steal all their books.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So look,
you've got plenty of
Mikey,
space.
I don't know how to tell you this, but you
Awesome.
don't actually have to pay for books at the library.
What kind
Right.
of backward place is Adelaide?
Wait, what? You just go in there and look at them? You don't take any home?
I mean, you
Okay.
take them home, you just don't pay for them.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna
Do you pay for books at libraries in Victoria?
Is anything in
Yep.
Victoria?
It's too late. It's too late. The moment is
What's going
gone.
on?
It's over. It's over.
All
I'm
right.
calling it. It is
All right.
it is a former podcast. It is an X episode. We have reached the end.
Climax.
No, we've reached the end.
Press on X.
Crimax.
Crimax.
Max
Yeah,
Moore.
yeah.
Go
What?
Crimax.
All right, then fuck you.
Oh!
All right. That is it. You'll find all these stories and more in the show notes. And you'll find us all in the Transformers Collectors Club Australia group on Facebook. And that is the incredibly abbreviated end of the show notes because we're all really tired, right?
Pretty tired. I drove for not as long as Brad, but I still drove pretty long today.
I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I thought you did. I thought you were trucky.
No, now I slaughter pigs.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay. That's it for the show. Do come and join us in the Transformers Collectors Club Australia on Facebook group on Facebook, and you can find everything about the podcast at transformerscca.com and the podcast and the club and more.
And if you're in the Wollongong area tomorrow, come and stop by Comic Gong and get a flyer off us or something.
And if you're listening to the podcast after it's released, don't come to Wollongong tomorrow because we won't
You
be
can come
here.
to Wollongong. No one's stopping you from coming to Wollongong. If you want to go to Wollongong, go to Wollongong.
We won't be here.
But yeah, we're not going to be here. But Wollongong's a great place. You know, you can still come and say hi to people, bikies. What?
True.
yep. And
All right. Thanks for
I
listening, everyone. And we will be back with more Transformers news and more dumping on South Australia next week.
see you guys.
Bye.
See ya.